Alec Baldwin here. Now, if you don't know the story, he's riding his bike, 16th and 5th Avenue. He's riding on the wrong side of the road. Okay, first of all, is that a stupid city ordinance thing that you're not supposed to ride your bike on the wrong side of the road? Yeah. Is he a threat to society? No. Is he a threat to himself? Well, maybe. Maybe. But he's an adult. He has to take that responsibility on himself. If he's going to ride the wrong way and gets hit by a car, he's got no one to blame but himself. He has to take that responsibility on himself. He seems like a pretty smart fella. I'm sure he probably figured that out. That's probably more than likely what he was thinking. Should he have been approached? Absolutely not. Why? Well, he's not a threat to society. He's not causing a disturbance. He's riding his goddamn bicycle. The cop should have said, okay, well, he's a grown man. He's riding on the wrong side of the road. He gets hit by a car. It's his own goddamn fault. Something happens, he's got no one to blame but himself. He's not a threat to anybody. And who's to say that he would get hit by a car? I mean, I'm just stretching here. I'm just trying to come up with some kind of rationale. But it's not worth a goddamn cop to even approach him. I'm sorry. But look, I mean, people, you have to take responsibility and accountability for your own frickin' actions. Police are not our mommies. That's not why we have a police force, to be our mommy. You have to be your own mommy. Then when they approached him, they demanded his identification. Imagine that. They got 4 frickin' cops out there. Oh, 14. 14 cops for riding your bike up and down the wrong side of the goddamn road. So what? If the cop was going to approach him, he shouldn't have. First of all, it doesn't matter what your stupid idea is. You know, you can tell him, hey, get on the other side of the road. You're going to get hurt. Get on the other side of the road. If he doesn't do it, he gets hit by a car. He's got no one to blame but himself. Boom, done. Lesson learned. But no, they got to go over there and demand his identification. Meanwhile, you could be freshly released from prison after raping and murdering a little girl, walk into a goddamn voting booth, and nobody's going to ask you for your identification, including all the cops. They're going to welcome you. Come on in. Vote for all of your favorite Democrats right here. So this is where I understand where Alec Baldwin is coming from, and I can understand why he threw a goddamn fit. He's like, what, are you frickin' kidding me? You need 14 goddamn cops to surround me and demand my goddamn identification for riding my frickin' bicycle on the wrong side of the stupid goddamn road? So I do understand where Alec Baldwin is coming from. Again, politically, he's an idiot. But this, I understand where he's coming from. A lot of those other fits, whatever. Do I support those? It's not about supporting, but should he have acted a little differently? Okay, well, hindsight's always 20/20. Who knows? Who cares? It's not news to me. I don't give a damn. But on this, I understand where he's coming from, just on this particular issue. And the issue is we don't need that much goddamn force. Again, it's not the police force that I have a problem with. It's the police force. You don't need 14 goddamn cops to surround one man riding his bicycle the wrong way on a goddamn street. It's not worth even saying anything. And if you do, hey, buddy, get on the other side of the street. And leave it at that. That's it, cop. That's all you got to do. But no. They got to get that arrest. They got to, they got to fill their quota. Being a big man, that's not being a big man. That's not brave. That's cowardly. I'm sorry, cops, but too much. And demanding to see the identification? Why is it so important to see ID? Why don't you do that in the voting booth once in a while? Huh? Why don't you go to a voting booth and demand to see people's ID? And if they don't, you can handcuff them. Boy, you could really fill your quota then, couldn't you? Illegal aliens don't have ID. So I gotta be on Alec Baldwin's side on this particular issue. It's the point. I'm not really so much on his side as I am on the point that he was making. That's what I am. I'm on his point. I understand the point that he was making. So then he's got to get out there and tweet. Everybody's got to tweet. New York City is a mismanaged carnival of stupidity that is desperate for revenue and anxious to criminalize behavior once thought benign. Mr. Baldwin, I don't think there was ever a time that I have ever agreed more with you than that particular tweet. And I hate tweets, but this is a good tweet, if there is such a goddamn thing. Yes, you are absolutely correct. New York City is a mismanaged carnival of stupidity. You're part of that carnival of stupidity. Sorry, not for nothing, Mr. Baldwin, but you're starting to realize, maybe he doesn't realize it, but he's starting to realize at least something's wrong. Well, this is what you voted for, Mr. Baldwin. This is what your liberalism brings, Mr. Baldwin. Don't you understand, Mr. Baldwin? This is what your liberalism brings. You asked for it. You demanded it. So you voted for it. Yeah, that's right. You voted for it. This is what liberalism brings. And now these liberals are finding out, wait a minute, they're not supposed to attack me. I'm not a Tea Partier. Go get that guy over there. Look at him. He looks like a Republican. Yeah. You're starting to see now, Mr. Baldwin, what liberalism is? This is what you want. This is what you vote for. Every time you go into the voting booth, Mr. Baldwin, this is what you vote for. Start waking up, dude. I like you. I think you're probably a pretty cool guy to hang out with. I'd hang out with you. Even though you're still politically stupid, I'd still have a conversation with you. I'm pretty sure we could get along. I just got that feeling. I just think that I could get along with you. We'd argue over politics, but if we got off of politics, I'm pretty sure we could become buddies. And you are absolutely 100% correct. Even though we do disagree politically, I'm still pretty sure that you and me could get along. I think we could find some common ground. If we're going to talk about this, yeah, we will. But I think you're starting to see, maybe you might want to start switching here a little bit. Start opening up your eyes. Start vetting the candidates that you keep continuously voting for, Mr. Baldwin, are not what you really want. Again, be careful what you ask for. There are people out there that will give it to you. I'll give it to you. You people don't seem to realize you're giving it to yourself. So you blame the Republicans for this. They think the Republicans are for this because Republicans, for whatever reason, are so gung-ho with law enforcement. They all think that's a battle cry. And if you're not 100% pro-law enforcement, well, then you're a anarchist and you're a this. People always got to go to the goddamn extremes for everything. Shut up. I'm for the citizens. I'm for the Constitution. I'm for common frickin' sense. There's no excuse why the cops would even approach him. I'm sorry, but he's an adult. He's got to learn to take responsibility for himself. He doesn't need a goddamn mommy to come over there, demand his identification, and then handcuff him. Because he gets irate. Well, he was making a goddamn point, and he proved him wrong. That's why he got handcuffed. We don't need our police force to do this crap. That's not the idea of a police force. I'm sorry. I don't care what it says in your stupid goddamn police handbook. This is not the purpose for the police. Jesus Christ, I'm riding a bike in the wrong way. I do a lot of the times. I do so I can see the traffic. Sometimes you get in a situation you want to be able to see where that traffic's coming from. When you can't see the traffic behind you, you don't know if the son of a bitch is going to run you over or not. And it doesn't matter. He's not a threat to society. Listen, cop, all you cops, unless somebody is a direct, imminent threat to society, you don't need to approach them. All right? Leave them alone. Wait till they commit a crime. I'm sorry, but you have to commit a crime before the cops can come up to you. Because they think you might commit a crime? Well, you're mind readers now? Well, I'm just protecting, making sure. Gotta be sure. Yeah, that's true. You gotta be sure that you got a guilty party before you approach them. Otherwise, leave them alone. They're not bothering anybody. Go eat another goddamn donut and shut up.